my shotgun rider. Cruise through the country, maybe pulling all-nighter. Every little body needs a Clyde decider. Come on, baby, be my shotgun rider.
Skip, back for another edition of The Scoop. Another good weekend for the Hoosiers up in Northwestern. They took their 5th of 7 Big Ten series this year.
That was a key series, certainly for us, because you know, it's bottled up, as you know, and you know that statistical stuff better than I, Kyle, and that's in your job description. But we control our own destiny, really, as it plays out here, and that was a huge series. And Northwestern was struggling a little bit in the Big Ten, but our message to our guys was plain and simple: don't take anything for granted, because their pitching is outstanding. And as the weekend would indicate, and the scores would indicate, I mean, we were very fortunate to get out of there with a couple wins, because Northwestern played very, very solid baseball, and we played solid baseball and just got maybe 1 or 2 more timely hits than they did. But it was a tough series at Northwestern.
And on the mound for Indiana, the big star, I think, was Chad Martin on Sunday. He retired 17 straight batters at one point, went 8 1/3 innings.
Well, that was huge. I mean, Chad's given us 3 quality in a row now, and yeah, and I didn't realize that until I saw your notes after that he had retired 17 in a row, and that was really impressive. I knew he had dominant stuff, and he was throwing a good fastball and very good command. And when I got a chance to go back and watch the video on the Big Ten Network, it was unbelievable to me how he was controlling both sides of the plate, and we needed it. I mean, we flat out needed it, and we're fortunate, like I say, to hang on and win a 2-1 baseball game. And
offensively, it was kind of a spread out option, but I think the guys that stood out for me, at least, were Dylan Dooney had a really good weekend, and Big Game Bill with a nice 2 RBI game on Sunday.
Dylan Dooney, man, has been swinging the bat really, really well. Quality bats, hitting the ball hard. Even his outs were hard outs this weekend, and Big Game Bill. We didn't have much offense on Sunday, but we got the hit when we needed it. And truly, it was a big hit for a lot of reasons, because we were struggling with runners at third. I mean, we struck out a ton this weekend with runners at third, and we had that situation again. And you could just kind of feel our dugout, our guys like, oh, it happened again. And then Bill took that first pitch and laced it into right field for a 2-out, 2-run RBI. You know, that was huge. And actually, yeah, I mean, hung on to be the game winner.
Had all the Indiana needed in the 2-1 win. Best part about going to Northwestern, stopping good old Kentland, Indiana for some Don's driving.
Well, that's right. And the guys, man, they look forward to it. Probably not as much as I do. And I think we might have had a couple guys with some food poisoning that night or whatever. But no, the Jumbo Burger Basket.
Delicious.
Delicious. And you can see here Don's Drive-In on Highway 41 as you go through my hometown of Kentland. And it was fun. We had some of my hometowners came out and visited with us when we stopped there. But no, you get the homemade ice cream sandwich, and oh, I know my belly was full. But the guys do. They ask, hey, Coach, are we going to stop at Don's on the way up? And absolutely, we stopped at Don's.
Yeah, the ice cream sandwich was by far my favorite thing. Get back to the baseball field, though, and the people of Twitter have spoken and they've been heard. We encouraged them 2 weeks ago to tweet at the Big Ten Network, try to get that wildcard game, and what do you know?
You know what?
Saturday's game has been selected.
Folks, I gotta tip my gray hat to you. You guys did. You did a fantastic job, because we were talking about on the bus on the ride home, why would they have done it? You know, with maybe some of the other series that were going on, why did they pick Indiana? And I honestly think it comes back to our fans getting the, what'd you call it, the Twitter attack?
Twitter attack. It literally was 30 to 40 tweets at the Big Ten Network encouraging them to come out.
So I don't know whether, Kyle, it was that they really wanted us to be on the Big Ten Network or they wanted the gray hat. But either way, both of us accomplished something. We got it on the Big Ten Network, or you guys got it on the Big Ten Network, and somebody's going to win this trusty hat. And so, and we apologize for not doing it last weekend. We were so excited about the new stadium, we totally forgot about our contest. But I got to go with, I think, the one that maybe touched us near and dear to our heart, because it had a little bit of everything in there. This comes from, well, how do you pronounce that, Kyle? Bick Nukes? Bick Nukes?
I'm going to go Nick Booch, maybe?
Nick Booch, whatever. All right.
It's on the bottom of the screen
Bick
there.
Nooch, whatever. Says, Hoosier Baseball has primetime arms. And keep in mind, they're sending this to the Big Ten Network. Hoosier Baseball has primetime arms, big bats, and an Emmy-winning blog, video blog. Get to B-Town for the wild card weekend and hashtag Skip Scoop. You know why he got it, in my opinion, Kyle?
You tell me.
He put a little bit of everything in there.
I mean, 140 characters. He got bats, pitching, and a little suck-up.
Exactly. And the suck-up, quite honestly, probably pushed you over the top. So he needs, you're going to tell the details.
Yeah, I'll tweet at him, and we'll get his size for his hat and send it out.
the fancy gray hat. And these things, they don't go, these are a hot commodity. People are always, hey, where do I get a gray hat? And nada, you're not getting one. So you got one, and hats off to you.
Let's talk about that Ohio State series. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a little bit different for people, so make sure you come out Thursday. All 3 o'clock games now due to the Big Ten Network. And before we get into talking about the Buckeyes, talked about the clutter of the standings a little bit before. We think Indiana can finish anywhere from tied for 1st to 7th. We had the compass and the protractor out trying to do some math, but good thing is Indiana controls its own destiny for that first round bye.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, and truthfully, when you start worrying about things that are outside of your control, and we're, you know, we preach to our guys, we have a chance. We have a chance at the second place seed. It's definitely within our control, and that's big as you go into the tournament. It's just one less game, one less arm you got to use in the tournament. So we've got a lot to play for this weekend, as you know, do the Buckeyes. I mean, they're trying to get in the tournament. So it's going to be a good, you know, it's going to be a good series as always. You know, any Big Ten weekend is good baseball.
And it's going to be hopefully the last series at Soundbauer Field. And earlier today, I went and checked out some of the groundbreaking out at the news site, and it's more than just groundbreaking, Skip. They're really moving some dirt and doing some things out there.
First of all, Kyle, strike the word hopefully. It's going to be the last game at Soundbauer Field, but check out. We gave you a little view of us standing on the site, but check out some of the footage here of the actual earth movers, and I don't know what you call those, if Kreider and Kreider's got more equipment out there. But check out what's going on. They've already transformed that site big time.
Nice to see some dirt moving out there. They got the light poles down from the old intramural fields, really getting after it. Viewers, good job of questions this week. Quite a few.
Yeah, we got some questions. This comes from Derek from Bloomington. Great, congratulations on another great Big Ten series win. Thank you, Derek. Does the Big Ten plan on keeping the current 6-team format for future Big Ten baseball tournaments, or are there any plans to extend to 8 or even all 11? Do you have a preference for the format of the Big Ten? Great question, Derek. I've always argued that if you're not a for sure multiple team league, which the Big Ten on any given year, now the tournament winner goes from our league. All the at-large bids are based off of RPI and how they do nationally. So there's no guarantee. You know, like the SEC, they could usually plan on 5 to 7 or more teams going every year. We don't necessarily have that in the Big Ten. So I'm a proponent of keeping it, make the Big Ten regular season stand for something. So to me, keep it at 6 teams for the tournament. I think if you expand beyond 6, it kind of diminishes the value of the regular season of the Big Ten. Now, I'll say it again, if we were assured multiple teams every year in the Big Ten, then absolutely bring as many teams or all to the Big Ten tournament. But the way it sits right now, and that's kind of where the coaches are talking, there's been a little bit of discussion about increasing, but I think right now everybody's pretty comfortable with 6. Good question, Derek. This comes from Steve Donato. Skip, can you or Bill Thomas educate us on how he creates the lines and designs in the field? You know what, we may have to even bring Billy in here next week as a guest guy. Sorry, Steve, I just got this today. But, you know, I'll do my best to explain, but we may have...
I think we'll have Bill have a little cameo on the scoop next.
Yeah, but I do know what he does. I mean, the trick of the design, he maps them all out. He's got it all in his head. But then it's the way that he rolls it with the mower, and he does something. We have a hand roller, and then we also have the big reel mower that scoots around out there. But he is meticulous about that, and I still say, I mean, our field looks as good as any on TV.
And I was talking to him yesterday. He's got some big plans for this, so make sure you check it out this weekend, either at there or on TV.
Does he really? I can't wait to see it myself. Okay, but we may have Billy get on here himself. Okay, this comes from Big Calhoun, IU 1982. It's Jeff Calcaterra. I climbed Calhoun. We go way back. As you know, I spent almost 16 years as a player and a coach at Soundbauer Field. It's been 20 years since I wore the cream and crimson. It's been that long, Hooner? Interesting. Now that IU is getting ready to play their last game on Soundbauer Field, I was wondering what was going to become of the old Windbauer after the new stadium is built. Will it remain? Will something take its place? Will you be holding practices there next fall? And so on. I have many wonderful memories of that hill and would like to come back before it's gone. The plan as I know it right now, Calhooner, is we're going to use it because next fall for our fall practice, because the schedule of the current facility is going to take about 10 months or so. So we won't get in the new facility until the start of the season. So we'll need somewhere to practice. I think the long-term plan, having just been in a meeting this morning about the facilities and looking at the master plan of the campus, to eventually have some dorms and things there, because as you know, former IU grad, that's right down in the middle of campus, a lot of dorms and an ideal location and very usable space. So I would assume it's probably going to be some dorms in the future, but hopefully you can get back sometime in the fall and maybe get you back in that uniform you wore back in, what year was that, 92?
Whew, long time ago. Some of the guys on our team were born in 93.
Yeah, no kidding. So thanks for that question, Big Hoon. And then we're going to finish up here, a pick.
Big Schmitty. I mean, if you're going to go out, a picture of Big Schmitty is the way to do it.
Yeah, you got to have Big Schmitty here, and good friend Pat Ryan, who's sent some in before, but this is them doing their own little version tailgate there at Northwestern this past weekend and having a good time, and got their IU gear on there. But thanks again, and congratulations again on the gray hat. We'll try to come up with some more contests as we roll, but we'll keep you updated on the new stadium. We'll see you next week on Skip Scoop.